What's up, YouTube? This your boy Lord 16075, aka the Water Twin, here with my regional recap from the Atlanta region that was on yesterday on October 14th, 2012. It was 350 players plus, and I ended up coming in 90th. I know, it's not the most glorified place to be in, but I feel like I learned a lot in this regional. As you can see, I played with Gishki. I had a very good time playing in this regional, and I'm actually kind of happy that I took Gishki to this regional. The reason why I'm going to these different regionals and playing different decks, the reason why I didn't play Fish OTK in this regional is because I want to kind of empty out all my inventory of all these so to say old decks, because right after this video I will be leaving for Atlantis, going to get the Atlantean stuff. Alright guys, so to say. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into my deck profile, which the deck did change from the September 1st ban list. So we're going to get into that, then we're going to go into my rounds. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, first up, we still have 2 copies of Soul Ogre, 2 copies of Evigishki Mind Augus, 1 copy of Evigishki Gustkraken, 2 Gishki Chains, 1 Gishki Emillia, 3 copies of Gishki Beast, 3 Gishki Shadow, 3 Gishki Abyss, 2 copies of Gishki Vision, and to wrap up the monster, 2 copies of Tragodia. Spells, 3 copies of Gishki Aquamirror, 1 Forbidden Arts of the Gishki, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Monster Reborn, 3 copies of Salvage, and 1 copy of Dark Code. That wraps up the spells. Traps, we have 2 Solemn Warnings, 2 Compulsory, 1 Aquamirror Meditation, 2 copies of Mirror Force, and 2 copies of Torrential Tribute. Alright guys, that's it for the main board. Go to the extra deck. 1 Heliopolis, 1 Guy Dragon, the Thunder Charger, 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, instead the Exhibitor, number 32 Shark Drake, 5 line of Sigma, number 16 Shark Master, number C39 Utopia Ray, 2 copies of number 39 Utopia, 2 copies of Mirror Geist, 1 Steel Swan Roach, 1 Maestro, last but not least, 1 Gotcha Gensu. Alright guys, as for my side deck, I played 2 copies of Golden Match, 2 Light Mirrors, 2 Shadow Mirrors, 2 System Downs, 2 MSTs, 2 Needle Ceilings, 2 Imperial Iron Walls, and to wrap it up, I played Sealing Ceremony of Sushin. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into these rounds, guys. Alright, with the rounds, I'm going to tell you guys what I actually sided against each deck, and a couple key points throughout the duel. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, round 1, I played against Dark Worlds. I ended up hand looping in the first game for the win. I think I hand looped for like 2 cards, but I pulled like Drag Down out and Grappa, and he acted like it really just stunned him, so I don't know what that was all about. And in game 2, I sided Sealing Ceremony of Sushin, 2 copies of Imperial Iron Wall, and 2 copies of Shadow Mirror. And I basically seen Imperial Iron Wall and I saw Shadow Mirror, so that kind of messed them up. So I had that win in the bag. Next, I played a Prophecy deck. For the Prophecy deck, the Prophecy player was really cool. He I ended up getting game 1, as you can see I 2-0'd him. I ended up getting game 1, so he got real smart on me. He decided to side the Secret Village of Spellcasters, which I only have like 1 Spellcaster in my deck, and that was Gishki Abyss, so I had to find a way to get her. So after game 1, I said, alright, I don't know how to get this guy, so I ended up going into her, and he totally looked over the fact that it was Spellcaster. So once I saw him Gishki Emillia, he had like 1 back row. So I played MST, like, hey man, you can't really play that, you gotta have a Spellcaster. I'm like, well bro, she's a Spellcaster. So And MS10 in his back row, which was what there was, a spell book of the one that stopped. It was like a lance. Anyway, he ended up spacing there. It was nothing, and I just went on ahead and unloaded. Then I go ahead and played all my little ritual spell cards and all my salvages, but I ended up gaming them just because I had this. And the way that it works, if you don't have a spellcaster, he can't play any ritual. I mean, he can't play any spell cards either. So what I did, I just cleaned his board, and he couldn't activate no spell cards or search no spellcaster or anything like that. And I had Solemn Warning set, and that was the game for him, guys. All right, so that was round 2. Round 3, I could play against windups. I sided pretty heavy for him, and it got me nowhere. He opened up balls on me. All right, guys, so he 2-0'd me straight up. I just want to get out of there anyway, man. So he ended up 2-0'ing me. I saw none of this, but it was cool. Round 4, I played Samurais, which is one of my worst matchups. Oh my God, it's one of my worst matchups. But I ended up signing Golden Match, which I saw none of. And you guys can pretty much see how that game kind of went. He 2-0'd me. It was Beast and Shin the whole game for both games. So it was over with. So that was pretty much bad matchup for Gishki's anyway. Round 5, I ended up playing against Machine of Gadgets. Only thing I sided, guys, was 2 system downs. And what I see, 2 system downs. We ended up going 3 games, but I ended up pulling out the win. So thanks to system downs. Round 6, I played against Dragonities. Alright, guys, Dragonities, they are so derpy. I really didn't know what to side besides Sealing Ceremony of Sushin. But besides that, I really didn't have too much for him. Thank God I had Forbidden Arts of the Gishki in the deck, because he put a Stardust on me, and I was just so happy to draw a Vision. And I got a Stardust off the board by using Forbidden Arts of the Gishki and using Stardust as tribute. So I ended up really just plussing off that. So I ended up winning the game. We went 2 games. So he was a pretty good, chill dude. Round 7, I played Insectors. I tried my best to side any and everything on this guy to stop him. But I end up, he's a pretty cool dude. He actually one of my subscribers. He subscribed to me today. So he's a pretty cool guy. And he actually recognized me from YouTube. And he was a little starstruck. Kind of weirded me out a little bit. But if you're watching this dude, you're pretty cool dude. But he ended up getting a match, which was pretty cool. I was kind of stunned because I really wasn't expecting to see Insectors. So he ended up beat me 2-0. And you see the kind of repetitiveness with this Gishki deck. Either I'm gonna beat you 2 games, or you're gonna beat me 2 games straight. That's kind of like the even flow of the deck. So like I said, round 7, I got beat by Insectors. I couldn't even complain about that because he did his thing. Alright. Round 8, Chaos Dragons. Oh my God, man. I really wanted to beat this Chaos Dragon player, but it was a very good match. Game 3, we was both at 2,700 life points. We were just throwing 28s at each other. He was hitting me with Redem. I'm hitting him with Soul Ward. He hit me with Redem. I'm hitting him with Soul Ward. So that's basically how the game went. But he ended up coming out on top, man. I couldn't draw a monster to save my life. Any monster would have do. But I couldn't draw that. He ended up going Light Pulsar into my Mind Augus. And then here come Redem. Beat me for 100. So that kind of how that round went. Round 9, I played Heretics. And on Heretics, I decided to side Light Mirrors once again, just to try to slow down his Lightsworn engine. I didn't see it, but it was, not Lightsworn, I'm sorry. To slow down his Heritage Dragon's effect, mainly Attune. I ended up beating him game 1, and then game 2, I ended up in game 2 because he just acted like he couldn't draw anything. You know, he had cards in hand, but he just couldn't draw anything to actually go on the offense. And mainly because I probably wasn't feeding it to him, because I know I had to have a monster on the board for him to spell something to suit. So I was like, well, if I just don't summon that, he won't do nothing. And that's exactly what happened. So I think the last play of the game, round 3, he ended up getting BLS out, and he hit me, and I dropped Trag. I already had a Soul Org engraved with Aquamirror engraved. So what I did, I just recycled my Aquamirror to bring my Soul Org back to my hand. Use Trag's ability to take his Black Luster Soldier, and use Trag's second ability to copy the 8 that I threw away. And I just went ahead and made Heliopolis for the game, for the win. So it was a pretty good duel. But basically, guys, that's gonna basically end my regional recap. Like I said, I may have lost, but I gained a lot of knowledge. I gained a lot of knowledge playing with the Gishki and stuff like that in the competitive field, man. It's real good. I actually had a great time. And a lot of people, they stopped me like, whoa, man, you really brought Gishki to a regional. And yeah, and I actually did pretty well. So I couldn't really complain about the 90th place. I probably did better than any Gishki player that's actually playing in any tournament right now, as far as like regionals or YCS, but I'm not going to toot my horn like that. But I had a great time, awesome time playing these guys. And if I had a choice to go into another regional, as I said, if I had one tomorrow or anything like that, I'm not taking them, of course, because I'm going to be taking the Lances. But if Lances wasn't coming out, I wouldn't take Fish or TK anymore. I just stick with Gishkis and stuff like that. But like I said, guys, this has been my regional recap for my Atlanta regionals on October the 14th. And this is Water Twin out, guys.